Have you ever dreamed of owning a home in Italy?
For years, we had that dream. And 7 years ago, we made our dream a reality.
And we want to show it to you.
Well, we're turning into the road of our property.
But it goes to our property.
It goes to our property. We're very excited because we haven't been home in many, many months, to this home anyway. And there's always a bit of trepidation because you don't know what kind of shape the house will be in, or whether the road, when we get further down, whether our driveway will be all washed out. So we're kind of wondering what it will all look like.
Yeah.
And now the road gets a little dicier. This part hasn't washed out, at least.
Doesn't look too bad.
Somebody cut these tall reeds that are growing by the side of the road.
Now we get to the steep part down.
Yeah, this is the part we can never...
This will be the part I'm worried about coming up.
Ed hates this road because it's very steep, steeper than it looks on film. And we have a very underpowered rental car. So sometimes it's a little dicey whether we can make it up the hill with these cars. But the road doesn't look too terrible right now.
No, not now.
So far, so good.
Okay. We gotta go around the corner here to the part that was so steep we had to put concrete on it.
Yes, we had to pave this part because this was literally, you really just couldn't get up it. The funny thing is that when we bought this property, we thought this was a very mild,
Gently sloping property.
sloping meadow. It didn't turn out to be so gently sloping after all.
So we got to open the gate now.
I'll give you the camera and I'll go open the gate.
When we arrived yesterday, the house was a bit of a mess. The outdoor furniture was stacked inside.
And quite a few spiders and bugs had made themselves at home. We've cleaned it up now, and we're ready to give you a tour. Come on in. As you come in the front door, this is the front hallway, and to the left is a den/office with a sofa bed so it can be pressed into service as an extra guest room if needed. And then to the right is a full bathroom. And one interesting thing we did was we got a guy to repurpose an old piece of furniture as a vanity, which we thought was a nice touch. And then we come down the front hallway into the living space. But first, let's go into the primary bedroom. This is our room. And you, of course, probably can't see very well, but we have a spectacular view to wake up to every morning. Here's our bathroom. Not very exciting, but that's it. Now we'll walk into the living room again. And you'll see that we have a big open space with a fireplace in one corner, this living area, and then we have the dining room table, and finally the kitchen.
We decided to build rather than buy because the existing houses we looked at were all chopped up into small rooms, and we wanted the big open space that Ann showed you, where the living room and the dining room and the kitchen were all connected. One of the favorite parts of the house for me is the kitchen. Because I'm the cook in the family, I cook 360 days a year. So the design of this was very important to me. That it had a big island, that it had a very nice cooktop, a good oven, electric oven with a microwave, and then on this side of the room, a wine fridge and a refrigerator, but then importantly, a freezer. And it's a little ironic that we have this huge freezer on the left here because we use it only to make ice. Ice is really important to me, and this is the only way we could find a way to make enough ice because we couldn't find standalone ice machines in Europe.
Continuing on, off the main room is our utility/laundry room. And now we'll go upstairs. We have 2 floors, and on the second floor, we have 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, as well as a terrace. So we'll show you those now. This is one of the guest rooms, and it actually has a terrific view, which is hard to capture, but here it is. And the second guest room is right here. And we actually have 2 twin beds pushed together in case, you know, we have kids or people that don't want to sleep next to each other. In here we have a full bath with a bathtub and a shower. And another great view of the valley from the window. And finally, up here we have a lovely terrace where you can sit out, sit in the sun, and enjoy the view. Now let's go downstairs and take a look at the outside of the house. Right off of the kitchen, we have a little portico that's covered, and we have a nice little table, which is where we eat most of our meals when the weather is nice, and a little seating area where Ed and I will enjoy a cocktail or an aperitivo and watch the sunset. And again, there's the view. Now I'll take you down to see the pool. Since the house is built on this slope, which is not the gently sloping pasture that we thought it was when we bought it, we have a lot of stairs to go down. But that's okay. Good exercise. So here we are at the pool. And we have a nice little pergola here to give us some shade. And the best thing about the pool, besides being able to go for a swim on a hot day, is the amazing view that we get from here. And I literally could sit here all day and just look at the view. And I do a lot of the time. So here's kind of a 360 of what you can see from here. It's just so serene here. Most of the time, all you can hear are the birds and sometimes the sheep when they're nearby, and occasionally a tractor plowing the fields. But otherwise, it's just totally peaceful. Our property has about 25 olive trees on it. Some of them were here. They were old, like these 2. And then we planted some younger ones a couple of years ago. And we have been able to harvest our olives and make olive oil at least once. The last 2 years, something went wrong. There was a bug or a fungus or something, and the olives were ruined before we could harvest them. But hopefully this year we'll be able to make some more oil. That's kind of a fun thing to pick the olives and then take them to the olive press.
We hope you enjoyed the tour.
If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. And if you'd like to know more about building the house, we have a video that covers that. Cheers.